Welcome back to another Central Alberta Monthly Market Minute. In this short video, we're going to look at some of the key statistics. And I know numbers are boring for some people, but they do tell us a bit of a story. And that story is going to be very important to you if you're looking at buying or selling real estate in the Central Alberta area in the next, 1, 2, 3 to 6 months, or even up to a year. So what we want to do is we want to look at different communities. We want to look at a couple of different things, of course. We want to look at days on market. We want to look at current availability. We want to look at number of sales, those types of things, because it declares our supply and demand. Supply and demand drives everything. I have a couple of ideas of why that supply and demand might be a little bit out of whack right now. But there again, those are just theories. But and it comes from 22 years of being in this Central Alberta real estate market. And hopefully we can kind of analyze that data to help you. First off, let's look at Red Deer. Okay, Red Deer is the mothership. I say this every month. It's the mothership of real estate sales and statistics in Central Alberta because it has the most of everything. The more data we have, the more accurate it can be. If you take a look, some of the key things that are so important is if you look at our months of inventory. Our months of inventory is 3.3 in the detached category. A year ago, it was, we had 441 homes for sale in Red Deer. Now there's 348. So that's almost down 100 listings. Okay. It's almost down 100 listings. So our inventories are staying low. Okay. So we're 21% below where we were a year ago. We're down 3% in the number of homes sold overall, and new listings is also down. So there again, I have some theories about this, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, median sale price is actually up 1% from where it was a year ago. So that's a good sign. Let's take a look at Sylvan Lake. Sylvan Lake is probably different than the other communities in a sense that the sales have gone down. And if you take a look at number of homes sold, it's down 23%, 25 in the detached category. And last year there was 37. So it went from 37 last August to 25 this last month. So there again, number of sales have come down. Inventory is at 3.6 months of inventory. So we're, for example, in the detached category, a year ago, Sylvan Lake was at 83 and now it's at 90. So it's actually climbed a little bit. Okay. Our inventory has climbed a little bit. So that's the one thing that you just got to watch as our inventories climb and our sales drop. We might see some price reduction or some price retraction in that situation. So be very, very cognizant of those things. That's why numbers are important. We all hate them, but they're important. If you take a look at Black Falls, Black Falls, 4.4 months of inventory. Last year, they had 79 homes for sale. This year, they only have 53. So even though they're at 4.4, they're still down 20% from where they were a year ago. Interesting stat in Black Falls. Okay, number of homes sold, 12 is down. That might be due to the fact that there's less inventory, right? We said to this last month, if there's only 2 shirts to buy and you got to buy a shirt, not really much to try on. Maybe I'll buy a shirt next month. Make sense? Okay, new listings down 42%. So we're seeing those inventory levels stay down, as well as the number of sales. And median price was at $485 in the town of Black Falls in August of 22. That's up 31% from last year. So there again, smaller communities, one large sale can skew that number. So let's not dive too much into that. Lacombe, there again, Lacombe just kind of ticks along. Most of the changes are in single digits or low digits, like 13, 16, 6%, 10%. You can see off to the side there. Inventory last year, they had an inventory of 84 detached homes in Lacombe. This year, they're only sitting at 56, so it's down 13% in the detached category at only 3.3 months. Super nice and balanced. Okay, balanced is good, people. We like balanced. Number of homes sold is down 16%, 17. New listings, 24, which is down 6%, so pretty consistent across the board. Okay, and if you take a look at the market trends for Central Alberta, the months of inventory, as it slowly starts to incline, we're there again, we're still at 4 or below. That's where we want it to stay. We'll see if we go into the fall, if those numbers creep above, into that 4, 5, 6 months inventory. Anything over that, we consider that a buyer's market. So we're pretty balanced. Number of sales trends, if you looked at it, is definitely peaked in May. and it does come down. Hey, traditionally it comes down at the end of June, and every other year and every other sales cycle I've been involved with my 22 years, residential home sales peak at the end of June. Okay, that's just the way it is. Median price trend up a little bit there again. The one we want to watch is the blue one, the blue line. They're staying pretty consistent, dropping a little bit, not too much. Okay, what does that tell us? Well, it tells us a couple things. Number one, we all know the interest rates have risen. However, they have kind of held or even retracted a little bit in recent weeks. And up to a month, we can get you a pretty reasonable rate, in that 5-year fixed situation. Feds are calling another increase here in the next quarter. If that happens, I think we all can come to the reality that the interest rates will not be going back down to where they were before at the historically low levels. 4.59% for a 5-year mortgage is still extremely low. We've already established this. Understand that. These are still low inventory rates. Okay, what happens with that? Two things. The buyers keep thinking two things. Number one, prices are going to collapse. I'm going to wait for the prices to collapse before I write an offer, or I'm going to wait for the interest rates to come down. Well, one of those two things isn't going to happen. Remember, Central Alberta had a real good months this year, but they didn't have years of it. So a lot of those other parts of the country, the mainland, the lower mainland, Toronto, some of those markets had career years for the last 5-6 years in a row. We did not have that here. So our price retraction will be minute at best. There might be some small numbers coming off to where we were, say, in May, April. That's fine. But over time, we all know that that's going to build back up. So once we get into the realization this fall that the interest rates aren't going to go that high, if at all, okay, the sellers are going to go, okay, well, maybe the buyers are in the market, and the buyer's going to go, you know what, I better sell because there's nothing left to rent, and the rents have gone crazy. So watch, know, learn, know your market. That's the most important thing when buying a home or selling a home. We can help you. We are fiercely local here at the Trilliant Real Estate Group. We love what we do, and we love helping people in all markets, including this one, which can be more difficult. So that's where we shine. Make sure you reach out to us. We'd love to help you out. Have a great day.